Hey, where's this guy been, right? I know, kind of been MIA for a while. I've had some other projects going on. Obviously, work's always I don't know, time sucker, so to speak. So anyways, gonna start a new series here. Gonna be five-part series, top five things that cause anxiety and panic. These are going to be external things, though. I mean, it's not going to be your typical medical reasons, but it's going to be things that we can control. I mean, the basis of all my videos have been like getting to know your enemy and the power of self. So these are probably going to be more related to the things that we can actually control. So, without further ado, I think we will introduce number one of the series, and probably one of the bigger reasons that you have anxiety every day. A lot of times why you panic, why you feel uneasy, and that being procrastination. Now stick with me here. And I know procrastination seems like, everybody does it. What's the big deal? Well, I mean, I'm sure you've heard a million times, and this one's still one of my favorite little sayings is procrastination is like masturbation. In the end, you're only screwing yourself. Well, I can see the point with that because I don't know, work has kind of been the biggest doorway for me to understanding why procrastination is a big contributor to my anxiety. Because on a day-to-day basis, I get a ton of things that are thrown at me. Whether, you know, out of the 160 people that I manage, 30 to 35 have a problem every day. Plus, you have upper management throwing a million things at you. I mean, tons of things to do in a day while you're running a business, right? Well, then if you want to factor in family and then friends, just things that you have to do every day, things you got to take care of the house, you have to take care of yourself, blah, blah, blah. Well, all those things tend to compile themselves. And I think all of us can safely say that we probably have 15 to 20 things on a list that have just continually get pushed to the back burner. Do we choose to do so because they're time consuming? Sure. But at other times, I mean, I honestly think that we don't do these things because either A, they're more painful, or B, we just don't want to do them. So, what I propose is we start knocking out that list. Okay, sounds simple, sounds pretty, elementary, but at the same time, I would get out your journal and start writing down things that you've been putting off, things that you're worrying about every day, things that are at the back of your mind, things that are causing you stressors and anxiety. And I guarantee that you're going to find at least 10 things on that list that are due to your procrastination. So, moving forward, why don't we do these things? I think I just kind of covered that a little bit, saying, hey, it's something that you don't want to do. It's something that kind of stands in the way of doing things that you want to do, but at the same time, they're always in the back of your subconscious, and you always have that running list. Like, granted, like you may have a tangible on the table to-do list, but the funny thing is so does your mind. Your mind has all these things that need to be done on a day-to-day basis, or things that need to be done in the future, things that you've already should have done. So basically, once we have that written down in our journals, what are the things that we need to take care of? And we need to just start knocking them out. Because if you don't, it's going to continue to build. I mean, have you ever came to a situation where it's like, this is a good one for you. Okay, I don't know if you guys are a fan of Tony Robbins at all, but he has in a couple of his, CDs or tapes, he talks about, have you ever procrastinated so long that it's actually reversed on you? Like a test. Maybe if you were in school or, bill was due, something along those lines. And you procrastinated so long, so long, so long until the night before that it was either due or now it's past due and you absolutely had to do it. And then that procrastination, everything that you were doing to try to not do the tasks that you needed to do, excuse me, had now turned into motivation where it's like, if I don't get this shit done, it's going to suck even worse. It's going to suck more that I don't have it done. But why even let it get to that point, right? Why even let it get to that point? I don't understand, myself included, why I would ever put things on the back burner. You know what I mean? Your parents have probably have told you, and you've heard from grandparents, parents, never put off till tomorrow what can be done today. I think that's the correct way to say it. So why do we do it? Because I mean, honestly, like your sleepless nights are usually things that you're like, okay, I really have to deal with this. It's something that I need to deal with soon. Blah blah blah. It's a phone call I need to make. It's a paper I need to do. It's a work task I need to get done. Or tomorrow I'm gonna have double because I didn't do what I was supposed to do today. I mean, think about that. Like if you kept going and everything like that, as you could see, my voice started speeding up really, 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 really fast because that's how your mind starts to go because you start thinking about all this shit that you haven't gotten done and things that you should have been doing the whole time. I mean, what are the things on your list? I mean, pause the video, write some of them down, and then unpause me. Because you know what? It's going to be things like, I've been meaning to call my parents because I'm away at school. Or I've been meaning to call my parents because I've been way too damn busy at work and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And by the time I get home, all I want to do is moss on my couch and watch some Netflix, right? Well, make the phone call right now. What are you doing right now? You're watching me. I appreciate it. But at the same time, you could be making that phone call. Your wife asked you to do 6 things. Your husband asked you to do 6 things. Take a couple of them, surprise them today. You know what I mean? Kind of make it fun. Make it a thing where, you're doing it not only, yeah, kind of for them. I mean, think outside of yourself. I mean, make sure your bills are paid on time. That alleviates stress. Fill out a budget. That alleviates stress. And stress leads to anxiety, correct? Every time. Anyways, I'm trying to think of some kind of example that I could give you of my own. I guess, okay, when I started my job, like there'd be 1,000 things coming at me every day. And of course, I'm embellishing on the 1,000, but let's just say I have 40 things come at me in a day. And I would try to remember them all, right? You're trying to remember all the things coming at you, but you end up forgetting them anyhow, and then all of a sudden they sideswipe you, and you're like, holy crap, I got to get this done now. And then, then you're stressed because then you're trying to hurry, and, your boss is bitching at you, and then the person that you're supposed to do this for was bitching at you. Did you see my voice starting to pick up speed again? Anyways, write the things down. You know what I mean? Like, carry yourself like a notebook. I mean, some of my previous videos, like a worry notebook. Well, this is a things to do so I don't get so damn stressed out book is next on your list. Okay? Take these things off of your to-do list. I'm telling you, it will alleviate you. Like me, I am so much more functional as a person. I don't get as irritable. I don't, you ever notice that? Like when you start having shit pile up because you didn't do it, because you procrastinated and you put it off, then you start getting pissed off at everybody else and you're like angry and upset and yet again anxious. I mean, that's a lot of shit to go through, correct? But if you were doing them all and you were keeping them in order and you were prioritizing correctly, that wouldn't be the case. So I guess like my whole point is I think accomplishment, as I've said before, is one of the main tools to alleviate your anxiety. I mean, if you're taking things and accomplishing them and taking them off your list, even as menial as they may seem, or things that you don't feel like are a priority at the time, eventually that shit's going to turn on you and then it's going to have to happen. Like you're going to have to do it then. And then you already have everything from that day and then everything you've had that you've kind of built up for the week. I mean, do you see how that can cause your anxiety? I mean, isn't that true? That when you have a compiled list of things that you haven't done all week, by the weekend you're like, well, shoot, I can't even enjoy the weekend. I have so much crap to do. But that was our own fault, right? Because we didn't take care of them when we should have. My boss that I have currently actually has a rule, and I think it's pretty cool. It's because I'm the type of person I want to take on the world, right? I want to take it all on at once. I can do it all. Well, his rule is you pick 3 things in a day that you want to accomplish. And of course, you could pick some bullshit. I want to eat, sleep, and take a shit in the morning. Congratulations, you've done all those things. But really, take three things off of a list and make them priorities for the day. Obviously, prioritize in advance, but take those three things and focus on them. Because, I mean, how many times have you tried to, you're like, I'm going to get all this stuff done today. I got this. I'm going to take care of all 44 things on my list. Doesn't really happen because you end up doing like half of like 20 of them, and then you sit down and you cry and probably eat a ice cream or something. You know what I mean? You're like, I could never get anything done. Well, if you would have picked three, you probably would have got those done. So if you put down that you're going to clean the shower today, make sure you clean the shower and you're not intermittently like doing laundry and I don't know, plucking your eyebrows, getting in a workout, all that shit all at once. I don't know. Focus on those three things. I think that's a cool rule. Um, Kind of getting into that 10-minute mark. I know I keep saying I'm going to do shorter videos, but that never seems to happen because I got just so much stuff to share with you. So, anyways, that is number 1 out of 5. Let me know how you feel about this whole mini series thing. I think it's going to be a cool thing. I have 4 more on deck, and I will try to release them every couple of days. And like I said, I'd like some feedback on it, or if you want to add something to that list, I'd love to talk about it. So again, I'm on Facebook. It is Power of Self, all one word. If you search it, you should be able to find me there. If not, put it in the comments and you can yell at me. But like I said, I'm always around to answer messages, and that's a lie. I'm like literally never around, but I do have my phone on me, and I will try to get back to as many people as I can. So, anyways, I appreciate you guys watching yet again. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Share with your friends. Like I said, I say it every time I end a video. There's probably 5 to 10 people in your life that have some sort of anxiety problem, and you just don't even know it because we're all great actors, right? So, anyways, I hope this video did something for you. Hopefully helped you. You guys have a great day, and it's time for me to go to work. So take it easy, guys.